Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Haircut.
Everybody is in the first meeting.
Oh yeah, I missed that. Mhm.
Good morning.
Hello.
Morning.
Hi, Peter. Good morning.
Hello. Doing good?
Yes, perfect. How about you? Everything is okay?
Oh, yeah, should be fine.
Great. I would like to to express my apologize that I was a few minutes. I devoted to my webinar a few minutes more than planned, but now I suppose that all guys are joining this session. I just wanted to ask you, Peter, and then I will quit. Please provide guidance to students how to fill in and submit evaluation form.
All right.
Because they need to to achieve a certificate of attendance from the council and share with us, as well as they need to to receive CEH voucher codes.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Will do. Will do right now.
Fantastic. So we should very productive 5th day of training.
There you go. Share screen. And so, guys, have you created user account on Aspen Council work already?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Okay. So you could log in. And fill the evaluation form. Training. I'm not logged in.
Yes, may I have one more input, Peter?
Yeah.
Just very important information. When you will fill in, when we start to fill evaluation form, you will need to put name of accredited training organization. Please choose New Horizons of Prague as accredited training organization providing this training. And name of trainer, please put Peter Gubarevich. Thank you.
It should be this one. Something like this.
Yes.
But this is just filling the code. There's no other form.
Could you please share, because my screen could be different.
Okay. Where is it? Where is it? A share.
In Teams.
Share. Okay.
Please go to the top right corner. Yeah.
Okay, good.
And there's submit subscription. I already fill in the code and I got this page, but where should I fill in the
Evaluation.
evaluation?
To the left, evaluation.
Left.
The
It's second
line,
option.
Yeah, this
yes,
section.
for the line
This
on the left.
one.
Yes,
Yes.
that's correct.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect.
And what's the name of training center?
New Horizons Prague.
Yeah. Okay.
New Horizons of Prague. Yes. Thank you, Peter. We use NH Prague in marketing communication, but our older name was New Horizons of Prague. We started to be partner with EC Council from 2008 with CEHv13, and probably you have similar experiences with vendors, when partnering with vendors, sometimes it is not possible to change historically first entries in their recordings. So we resign after 2 or 3 attempts to change the name of partnerships, and that's okay.
Yes.
So any New Horizons of Prague is name of authorized training organization. Thank you for understanding. And one more input. I'm sorry for interrupting you. Could you please be so kind and share your certificates of attendance with me? Simply send an attachment email to me with your certificate of attendance from EC Council. We need them to add to package of evidence that you attended this training when we are claiming for dotace. Thank you for understanding and for your collaboration.
Can I ask you where I get the certificate of attendance if I already fill in the evaluation form?
I suppose that you should receive a certificate in email from EC Council, or if not, please review your Aspen dashboard, and certificates should be downloadable from Aspen. So there are only 2 options. You will receive via email from EC Council, or please review your dashboard at Aspen.
I apologize. I filled wrongly Peter's name. I can't edit it. No, I see it. So I'm sorry.
I think that should be okay. We cannot manage this, so that's okay.
Can I just ask, the city where I attended training should be Prague or anything?
Yes, put Prague.
Okay.
It is it is abbreviation or information that you guys are attending online training from Czech Republic, and some people who can see European Union as one federation or something, like some group of countries, they can see, or they can give equivalence. Prague is equal to Czech Republic, so that is, please put Prague.
And if we didn't receive the attendance certificate or attendance form, how long should we be waiting for the email? Or because I am looking at the dashboard, but there's no any attendance certificate. Should I share my screen again?
Yes, please. You should. Could you please check your email box if you receive any email from?
I received Boucher and
Okay.
evaluation, what I fill into the evaluation.
I see. Okay, thank you for sharing your screen. Could you please go to the first line and fourth tile from the left, or second from the... No. Certificate Ethical Hacker version 13, user guide, and then you have tiles.
Yes.
And first row and second tile from the right. Certificate pending. Could you please, yes, choose this one?
That's when you pass the exam, I think you get the certificate.
Yes, you need to pass the exam for this certificate.
Okay.
Let me check my certificates if I can.
I found
Yes.
I found the evaluation certificate. When you click on the tile of the evaluation, it should be there on the bottom to download.
Great. Thank you for sharing this information. It's very important. Sometimes it's tricky to find what we are looking for, because each vendor has... Yes, that's correct. Yes, that's correct.
And this should be passed to you on your email.
Yes, please. Yes,
Okay.
please, because we are providing this to Úřad práce as evidence that you passed.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate.
And where was it? Because I didn't get it.
Yes, evaluation tile. The same tile evaluation you chosen when started evaluation.
Okay,
for.
I just got it.
Yes, thank you very
Thanks
much.
a lot.
And let me tell you probably one of the last information or message to you during this training. I would like to say thank you for your providing evaluation to EC Council. I would like to simply to stress, or probably it is better to go and to tell you this in Czech language. Peter, are you okay with this?
Always.
Thank you very much. Co jsem chtěl říct, je to, že chci vám poděkovat za to, že jste zaslali hodnocení kurzu trenéra a ty podpory na EC Council. Věřím, že vaše odpovědi jsou takové, že jste spokojení. Chci vám tedy říct a požádat vás, pokud jste spokojení s tím, jak děláme kurzy pro vás, byl bych rád, kdybyste se s tou spokojeností podělili s vašimi kolegy, vaším okolím, vašimi zaměstnavateli, vaši přáteli. A pokud je něco, čem bychom se my měli zlepšit, nebo EC Council by se měl zlepšit, tak prosím vás, nikomu to neříkejte, jenom nám. My rádi poslechneme vaše hodnocení, vaši zpětnou vazbu a zkusíme udělat všechno pro to, aby už další studenti už prostě tu špatnou zkušenost neměli. Takže všechno, co je dobrý, prosím vás, říkejte všem, celému světu, a všechno, co je špatný, tak říkejte jenom nám. Ten svět to nemusí slyšet. Děkuji vám.
Pardon, můžu mít dotaz ještě na vás?
Ano, ano.
Já jsem se bohužel té ranní schůzky nezúčastnil, protože mi chodí maily od vás do spamu, tak jsem si toho nevšiml.
Ano.
Je to nějaký záznam, jestli by ho bylo možné potom nasdílet, nebo jestli ty
Ondřej, ne, není o tom záznam, ale zkuste mě kontaktovat příští týden a uděláme si privátní schůzku na 20 minut nebo 15 minut, já vám to zesumarizuji, to není problém. Jo?
Dobře, děkuji.
Jsou to informace o zkoušce, je to důležité pro vás, to znamená, jaký je proces přihlásit se, jak se přihlásit na zkoušku, u koho děláte zkoušku, jaké jsou možnosti, takže ozvěte se mi a uděláme privátní schůzku k tomuto.
Fajn, díky moc.
Není zač.
Gentlemen, ready?
I am ready.
So you have finished all the registration, yeah, right? Most of you, or? All right, so material, checking my material. A second. So we continue a little bit with web attacks. Yesterday we tested the session hijacking, like with Zap. That was a little bit stupid. But today we'll try burp and the brute force accounts. We tried cookie stealing and some parameters tampering. I don't know if you can name as web attack social engineering toolkit. Kind of web attack, web client attack, maybe not web server attack. So parameter tampering is an example of web server attack. Let's brute force accounts. So for this, let's do what? Please go to web server, CEHv13, and launch WOMP server from the desktop. it has some specifically crafted vulnerable CH website, and I will show you how to get to this website. So anyway, so you launch this WOMP server and make sure it's green, and then navigate to this site as 1020.0212/ column 8080/ch. So that's the URL. This website contains some vulnerabilities, but we basically want to hack into CMS WordPress. So not wp-admin wp login. So that's the URL. Tell me if it works for you, so we will continue.
Works for me.
It works. Okay, good. So what I would like to try is to hack into this WordPress website, and there are two parts of this exercise. First, we need to figure out usernames. That's first, and the second, we'll perform brute force of admin account. To figure out usernames, there are different techniques. Considering WordPress admin has not mitigated this attack, but typically it works like this. So you go to this site and query author, for example, equals 1. And that's the username of the first author. So once again, it was kind of quick, probably. I'll write it in here. So 1020.0212 column 8080/ch, could be slash or not, and ID author equals 1. And tell me if it shows you admin. Basically, default author number 1 is admin by default. So this should add admin in this case. You could write a script or just type manually until you find all the authors. And sometimes this is not that simple, so I will use Kali. And in Kali, please navigate to command line. I will use sudo su anyway. And we will use one more command, WordPress scan, which is WP scan. So then you specify the attack URL, such as HTTP 1020.0212 column 8080/ch. That's the root of this website, and specify switch / enumerate users. And tell me how many users it has enumerated. Any success?
I see 4 users.
4 users, yes. So 1 admin and 3 CH users, right? Somebody else as well, please.
Yes, 4 users.
All right, good. So let me try to do the same. I don't want update, just simply go and do it. This numeration is based on this authoring. Okay. Authoring. And yeah, so by brute forcing, by enumerating authors, I see 3 CH users and admin. And it was confirmed by login error messages. You will see how it looks like in brute forcing passwords. So again, for me, WordPress is a separate universe, separate rocket science. So I'm not as deep into details. Just in general, you can enumerate users based on authoring and error messages on login, because there could be such a configuration when you type in the wrong username, it tells you the username is wrong. By this, you could try brute forcing user accounts, and then for user accounts, you could try brute forcing passwords. Okay, so basically, we will not do it for every user. It's enough for admin. Admin is the most sensitive, interesting account in this case. So it's done with WordPress scan. At the moment, again, this is the separate universe. Next, I will run burp. So in start, vulnerability analysis, web application analysis, and I need web application proxy burp suit. So it's on my screen at the moment. In Kali, I'm going to start web application analysis, application proxies, burp suit. I don't care about GRE, whatever. So this is going to be a temporary project, just one-time run. And defaults are totally okay. All right, so I'm going to the tab intruder. Could you please confirm that it's running for you, just in general? Yeah, and go to intruder. Show this again. No, proxy. We will begin with proxy. We will sniff some packet and then modify this packet and attack via intruder. So proxy is our starting point. Interception at the moment is off. Then we will prepare the start page and then turn on interceptor and modify sniffed packet. So at the same time, I'm going to Firefox. In Firefox, let's specify proxy. In Firefox, I'm clicking settings. So hamburger settings. In settings, somewhere network settings to configure proxy, network settings. And I will use manual proxy configuration. I have tested it before, that's why it's localhost area at the moment. So you please type in localhost area as proxy. Burp is your proxy.
Can you please help me if you will
Sure.
have something? For me, WordPress scan is not working. I don't know why.
Going to your machine, a second. Checking your session. Okay.
Right. It's down, but it's the site is working here. So
yeah, you see, it asks for HTTPS, but URL is HTTP in this case. So
it is HTTP.
yeah, it's HTTP. We have no SSL on this website at the moment. Let's check.
Is it possible that Firefox killed the Kali?
Everything is possible. If it really doesn't work, okay, just reset.
Okay.
And we'll wait for you. Okay, so I see the result for user accounts, right? So, and as you might see, we will attack specifically this user, admin, not other users, not at the moment. So in Kali,
I don't know which steps you did.
Oh, okay.
I lost in this moment.
Just in case you're a little bit delayed, tell me to slow down. It could be much better. Okay, so everything is good.
Very
Please.
quick, but I don't want to delay others, so I just waiting for records, and then I will do it with my own pace.
Frankly, half of students are also delayed, but they are just simply are silent, so I never know this. But they are also delayed. A lot of students typically
already they say I'm ready. So I think
yes, they say like 5 top guys say that like that, and the last 5 guys just simply okay, we will see it later. We will skip it. Yeah, it's normally so. Typically, the audience is split by halves, like somebody who knows anything and knows much better than me. It's very normal, and beginners. And when the group is some kind of mixed, it's a little bit hard. Yeah, I know. Anyway, don't worry. Just tell me, and this could be the best because everybody will see it even twice. This is also good. Please launch Burp. So you go to start web application Burp suite. Good. Skip it. Yeah. It's starting, I suppose. Yeah, it should be starting. Agree everything. Temporary defaults. That's correct. And also, the same issue for exam. I cannot guarantee that you will pass. It's always your work. Yeah, switch to proxy. Do not turn on interceptor at the moment. Just go back to browser, and in browser, please specify proxy. So proxy hamburger, yeah, and settings. Good. In settings, click in settings, find network. Just type in find in settings. Type network. Select network. It's opening. Manual configuration. Manual. And this is going to be a local host. Port 8080. No. Port is separated. make sure to type localhost. You can mark HTTPS, but not necessary. Basically, okay, yeah, good. Now navigate to login page via proxy. Just refresh this page to be sure it works. All right, now I'm switching back to my machine. So proxy is configured. Good. I'm navigating to 10.30.12.80/ch and /WordPress login. Okay, now I'm preparing for attack. Switching back to burp and enable intercept. So intercept is enabled, and now I will send my strings, my posts to the website via intercept. And the name is Haxor or whatever, and password whatever, go. Any credentials of your choice. And there is intercept. And then you just simply right-click this packet and select Send to Intruder. Right-click, Send to Intruder. And go to Intruder. And let's synchronize all together here. So in Intruder, you may see an example of this packet, and we will modify those values for attack, because it has recognized that you are sending a lot of strings. So I select clear all, and then I select the word Haxor and specify this character, and select password and specify this character. How do you call this character? Paragraph. So actually only 2 values are selected in here, others still the same.
And didn't we found the username by WordPress scan?
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. So basically you could type admin, but I want to show you one more possible option of user account enumeration. That's why I've typed bullshit, because I will use dictionaries for both here and here. So have you selected 2 values and others are unquoted? If yes, attack type. In your lab manual, it says, let's select cluster bomb. Okay, I'm not sure if it's the best choice, but let it be cluster bomb. And basically, no, that's not finished. Payloads. So we have specified what variables to change to perform dictionary attack from. Now payloads. Switch to payloads tab, and there we will specify word lists. So first payload, which was the username, load, and select just the users from your desktop. Tell me if admin is in the list. Yes, in your case. Okay, good. Anyway, this is just a test. It's not like real attack, because we first need to figure out usernames. So that's why in second payload, So you switch to second payload and load word list, like test word list. So you can select load and select simple word list from your desktop as well. I know that this word list is not for passwords. I know. But the first idea, we will figure out user accounts. So that's why in first payload set, we have selected a lot of user accounts. Second, we will adjust just a little bit later. And then begin attack. Start. Yeah, I know this is demo version. And you could select attack pose. Let me explain what you see on the screen. I suppose you see the same what I do. As you might see, there is the repeated pattern of responses for admin account. So this account exists, other accounts do not exist. So there, WordPress tells you like user does not exist. And there, WordPress tells you bad password. So I will stop this attack, remove all the unneeded usernames. So I'm closing this window, discard, and getting back to payloads and remove every one except admin. Admin is the only account of my interest. Now I need to have some serious word list. So switching to payload 2, clearing this bullshit, and I need some word list. As you might know, Kali comes with 2 word lists. So if you load and go to root USR share word lists, you will see there are word lists such as RACU, for example, result is my bullshit, fast track, maybe something like Dearbuster designed for guessing folders on websites, not for word lists. I'm taking fast track because it's small, it's very small. But you see, there's one problem. This password list does not contain the actual password of admin. So WordPress admin account has the password of query at 123. So I'm doing, I will do what? RACU. RACU is much more serious one than 1 kilobyte. This may take ages until we get to query at 123. So I will do what? I will drop it down and yeah, go to the folder.
It is in fast track actually.
It is? Let me check. Sorry, because I have modified it and sorted it. Okay, let me load fast. Let me check. On my Kali, it wasn't. I don't know why. Okay, USR share word lists. Fast track. QWERTY at 123. At least not in my fast track. maybe in yours. Okay, let me show you what I did to make it work. I navigated this folder to Kali's file system, USA share word list, and drop this file to my desktop. Copy to my desktop, and then modify this file. It's link. It's a link. Okay, let me check if this is gonna work. Okay, what do I search? Find, query, go query. No, not in my list. Okay, okay, good. Anyway, so to make it quicker, I will insert query at 1, 2, 3 somewhere at the top and save. Come on. File save as to my desktop, fast track 2. Okay, so I have saved this file on my desktop as fast track 2, and then load it into burp. From Kali desktop, burp, fast track, like this. So now I'm sure that the right password is in the list. Anyway, so admin is selected, the good password list is selected, attack. And can pause. And that's the desired result. So please tell me if you have the success with any of word lists.
Yes, I have.
Okay, good. Good, thank you.
Yeah. And it's still working.
All right.
For me, it's freezing. I don't know. It's not working.
Is it because of my PC or because of the internet?
I don't know.
Look at this.
I can't close this window.
I see the hard disk is quite busy. Let me check what happens. I will check hypervisor. What's going on? One of virtual machines, I don't know which one, extensively eats up resources. You know what? Let me kill this virtual machine. I don't know which exactly.
I ran again web server.
And that was Kali. Yeah. So
But
you did something in Kali, so it was freezing because of Kali. Try again. You were hacking CIA? No.
No, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
All right.
Oh,
You can now just go to Burp. Yeah. Make sure proxy is enabled in Firefox. Not work. Good. All right, good. Select admin.
I can review this. It is with capital A.
Whatever. Just select this word. Okay, you will continue with admin. I see. So payload, just simple one payload.
I will do a text type snipe.
Right. So load word list.
Lost track and
Basically, you can add new word by hand. Yeah. Just type in query. Yeah.
QWERTY.
No. That's wrong. QWERTY. W. You've missed W.
QWERTY.
At 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me help you. Yeah, good. Added. It was good. This one. Click add. Begin.
But it will be at the end.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
But you will have your result anyway. So. Yes, this may take time, but there are only 200 attempts, so not so bad. I'm switching back to my computer. All right, so this is the desired result for this, and basically that's it for this exercise, brute forcing WordPress accounts. Next. I will not repeat all the exercise you have in your labs. You will do it yourself at home. There is log4j attack, for example. And we will switch to the next exercise, which could be cross-site scripting. There are a few exercises of WordPress hacking as well, like exploiting vulnerabilities in WordPress add-ons, plugins. We'll do it at home probably, because this is very specific to a specific plugin. It's not the general idea how to hack websites, but what you just saw in Burp is the general idea of hacking. So I'm closing this attack. No Burp anymore. Yes, I want to exit, and no, no proxy. System proxy, okay, and okay. Next is cross-site scripting. Let's do it. I will do it from attacker machine. You could choose any machine because we will execute cross-site scripting against PowerGym website. So I'm just simply taking Firefox and navigating to powergym.com/powergym. Really? What's the reason? What's your problem, attacker? Think powergym.com. DNS. Something is wrong with my attacker machine because it has no IP address. I will reboot it. So I will use another machine such as Windows 8 for this attack. And this could be like www.powergym.com/powergym.go. I'm not connected to the network. What's the reason? So basically something wrong with the main controller, not specifically client. Let me troubleshoot a second. Config ping www.powergym.com. So the DHCP relay doesn't work. What's my routing? And what is my mail server? Does it work with DHCP? Should be. Okay. Restart DHCP relay. Something wrong with my domain controller. Not a problem. I will continue from within DMZ. That's enough for beginning. So network LAN. Okay, I will troubleshoot this later. I'm switching to SQL Server, or maybe the same web. It doesn't really matter. Is my browsers. This one. www.powergym.com/powergym. Okay, good. Now it works. Next, login as user Sam and password test. Sam test. I will also check Kali if it works because it's also DHCP. How come? This one works. All right. So, well, I'm logged into PowerGym as user Sam and password test, and there's the user input in here. And the issue with cross-site scripting is that user input is not validated. You could type whatever bullshit in here. That's the idea. Like, for example, what you can type, such as aha, and the message could be script. So I can insert HTML tags into my input, and the server accepts this input with no validation and drops the database. Or you see, in the modern web, users create content. So users make posts, say, to Facebook, just for instance. So the web page of Facebook actually contains user input. So everything you drop to this website is displayed for others. So what I will type here will be displayed for others. That's the idea. So if I just simply type hello, submit, and next time you navigate to contact or hello, and this is it. Not much. Okay. So next time you visit, this text could be executed. Okay. Here, script. I'm inserting script such as alert, very simple, basic thing. Alert, double quote, your hackstort, and could be I need to close the tag script. You could try submitting this expression and navigate to contact once again. Or basically, to demonstrate this, how this is dangerous, I will post from SQL but navigate from Kali. So submit. So user from this machine has submitted some input. And then a user on another machine, on different computer, navigates to PowerGym, www.powergym.com/powergym. Go. Come on, do it quickly. And when I log in as user Sam and password test, something happens on my screen. So this is quite spectacular idea to post it from this machine, and then in totally different subnet, you will receive surprise. This is not intended to be executed by website developer. So user input typically should be filtered, and you can leave some comments such as my name is Pierre and hello PowerGym, you are so great, you're so good, and so on. But attacker may execute something even more interesting, such as image source equals 10.20.0 172 20.0 100 HTTP, and that's enough basically. Image. Tell me what's going to happen when a victim, say in Firefox 38 on the main controller, navigates to this website. What's going to happen?
It will redirect him to this IP address. To
Kali, and what's running on Kali? Exploit. That is the exploit. Yesterday, you have tested Metasploit and created exploit for Firefox. So in this type of attack, if you go from the main controller, if you go to navigate to this website, your Firefox will be exploited. That's the idea. So this is a link to third party, totally third party, which may contain exploits for your vulnerabilities. And that's the idea. Or how it was like one more idea. Image source equals C $MFT AAA.jpg, like this. Very the same, the service. You just simply navigate to this URL and get something good. In old good times, I have played around with inserting into web pages links such as my picture was leading to CEHv13. And specific vulnerability was exploited on specific Windows version. By simply navigating to this link, you received a blue screen. So if you just simply navigate to a web form, you open this page and got the blue screen. So that was quite funny. And that's why cross-site scripting is dangerous. Or say one more idea. Let me check if this works, because they were disconnected from the network some time ago. Hackers.org. Checking if they are up and running. No. XXX rocks. Checking. Doesn't seem so. So an example of injection was like this: blah blah blah, and you insert script, which source is cross-site scripting rocks / cross-site scripting JavaScript. This one, but they were down for significant time, so I have downloaded their script on my desktop. Let's check if this works. I don't know. I haven't tested before this lecture, but let me check this one. So could be I can drop this as the script. Basically, this is the script. How do I save it? Save as to home. No, not home. Impure work 3W HTML. I will save it as cross-site scripting JS. Oh, it's saved already. Okay, let me try. Let me try if this is gonna work. So script source 172 HTTP 172.20.100 cross-site scripting JavaScript. Let's give it a try. Thank you. And in Kali, I need to start Apache. Well, let's check. So contact. Yes, it works. So once again, if you have missed this, in Kali, I have script. Script located on my website. The source of the script looks like this. This is the source. Actually, I'm not as good in all of this, so I cannot command if this is good or bad. But if you submit this text to a website with cross-site script vulnerability, it will be executed. Basically, you saw with everything. This is kind of attack against web server, but also web clients, of course. Any questions about cross-site scripting, please? Is the idea clear? Maybe.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, good. Because next we go to the next exercise, actually. We go to also one big topic, which is SQL injection. Let me show you why SQL injection is possible and how much we can have with SQL injection. How much success we can have with SQL injection. So the website PowerGym runs on this machine, on CEHv. It's located in the following folder: inetpub, pwroot, and PowerGym. And there are a few scripts, such as login ASPX. And let's check the source of the script, like this one, CS. And the thing I want to show you is this one. So the connection to SQL is directly executed from user input, and nothing is being checked. There is no boundary check, no sanitizing, no filtering of characters, just simply what user has typed in the field of username and field of the password is directly sent to select query. By this, you could play around this. In normal situation, it's like, I will copy one more time. If the username is Sam and the password is test, so it's normally quoted, double quoted here, single quoted here, that's okay. And the result is true. So select returns true, and you're logged in. So website identifies you as Sam, and the result of this operation is success, and you're logged in. But how can you screw this? Is the following. If you inject one more quote, the whole syntax of this expression is broken. Then question what you're gonna do next. So now you can modify this part. I don't need this part, so I will comment it out by double dash. This is normal SQL language. And if you are like SQL admin, you know what to do. Well, so everything from this part, beginning this part, is not valid anymore. Fill this. Because double quote quotes the whole expression. But this one is just simply wiped out. And now you can construct your SQL query. And typically, you need true. In the database, basically, there is no username like this, or you cannot have username. You could try Sam and comment out. Maybe, no, not gonna work, because select selects two values. But you have wiped out the second value. So this is not gonna work. And then you type something true. So you need to do something like this. And then the whole expression is true. This is wiped out. This is false. False or true equals true. The question is how to make this true. And the typical attack vector is like this: 1 equals 1. Yeah. So this expression in SQL language returns false in here, or 1 equals 1 true, which stands for true, and everything else is disabled, commented out. So you could try to log in. Please go to, for example, powergym.com. I will do it from any machine, such as the main controller is good for this, yeah. powergym.com/powergym, and try to log in as apostrophe or 1 equals 1 and double dash as command. Tell me if it works.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm in. Next, let's try this injection in more fields. Those fields are good. They're also not checked for boundaries. But in this case, I need to perform so-called blind injection when I don't see the result. Go to trainers. In trainers, you have some search, and you could test it like Alex Adore. If you search, it returns some result. So you could try searching with the same logic, or 1 equals 1 double dash. So apostrophe or 1 equals 1 or double dash. If you don't like this expression, type 2 greater than 1. This also true. Or say A in ABC or less than ABC also produces true, and so on. So basically 1 equals 1 is the golden classics. Go. And by this search, I have dumped all the content of the database which is queried by this specific query. If you go to the content, where's my web machine? If you go not to the content, to the script, if you go to the script trainers ASPX, you will see this in here. So it selects trainer name, age, job, experience from trainer details table. And again, ID is sent as a string with no any conversion, just simply to string and go. That's why it was possible. That's the very beginning. A second. I will check my checklist. Next, I would like to explain how to query something else with exactly this script. You see, it queries 4 values and displays 4 values. It's not necessarily like this. In many cases, they query like 50 values or 10 values, but display very few. So you need to guess how many values are queried. And to guess this, I type one more select. So after the triggering character, I type union select, and the text will look like, in this case, here. "1111", for instance. And double dash still required to comment out everything to the right. There is a catch. You need to select in secondary query as many parameters as the first query. So it queries for 4 values. You need to query 4 values, and the result could look like this one, like this. You then select 1, 1, 1, 1, double dash. So I have selected the first query ended in nothing. This one returned false, nothing. This was just nothing. And the second union select has selected 4 values, and all the selected values were presented on the screen. If you select 3 values in here, this may not work. Nothing. If you select 5 values, this may not work. The result is negative as well. So that's why you select 4 values. So first, you need to guess how many values exactly this script trainers ASPX is querying from the database. You need to guess. You need to try and guess. Second, what you never know is what are those types. I have selected 1, 1, 1, 1 because digits are always selected. But what if there are integers and strings? Get back to Alex Adore. This one most probably is string. This could be integer. This could be a string. And this one could be both. Just years could be just simply added to integer. So I will continue my trial here. Union select quoted A and 1, 1, 1, 1. It works. So I know that the first one is string. Then I will continue querying like this. Search. And now I failed because the second value is integer. The third one, go. It works. And the last one, it works. So as I have guessed, this script, trainers ASPX, is querying 4 values, and the second one is integer. Now I can query everything on this server. Probably, maybe not. This depends on my permissions. So I will select this as a string. System_user. And then like this. 1AAA. Search. That's system_user. SA. What does it tell you? What can I do with this SQL? There are 2 things I can achieve. The first one, I can do whatever with my SQL Server because I'm C7. I can query any database. I can create new database. I can drop anything. And the second, I can execute executables on SQL Server. But you need to take into account the structure of the network. Checking. Let me navigate to my schema of the network. Give me a second. I'm opening the schema of the network. It's here. So in this schema, the web server is here. This is web IIS. The SQL is there. So everything I do from my attacker machine is actually executed here. Yes, I'm connecting to web, but web delivers those selects, those queries to SQL, and everything will be performed here, not there, not there. This is front end, this is back end. So you need to understand this. Okay, let's have coffee break. And then we will continue with dumping content of the database and executing executables. Coffee break.
Okay.
Okay, see you.
I see you here. How are you doing?
Okay.
Should be fine. All right. So I'm going to back to SQL injection. As we have figured out, so I have sysadmin privileges on SQL. That's not admin privileges on the server, but still I know that I'm SA on SQL on the SQL computer. Well, there is one thing to mention. Microsoft SQL runs with limited privileges. If you go to SQL machine, where is it? SQL machine. If you go to services, computer management, services, check Microsoft SQL, user count. Where is it? Oh, it's web. Because I'm doing it on a remote machine, not on local machine. Services, and SQL. There it goes. So you will see the separate service count as long as you also know that network service and local service are limited user counts. It's not local system. At the same time, in many deployments, when you install Postgre or MySQL, in many cases, this is system account. So I will not have a lot of privileges on that Microsoft SQL. And this is not the only Microsoft SQL vulnerability. This is not SQL vulnerability at all. This is vulnerability in a script. This specific particular script, trainers ASPX and login ASPX and other scripts. It's not vulnerability in Microsoft IS, not vulnerability in Microsoft SQL, not Windows vulnerability. This is vulnerability in specific script. By this, you also know that this could be executed, this attack could be executed on other database services, such as Postgre, considering they run with vulnerable scripts. On different platforms, on Linux, Windows, on IIS, Apache, on MySQL, and so on. This is vulnerability in script and only. Microsoft SQL just simply executes what you are telling them, and that's it. Okay, so that was to discuss, like, I'm sysadmin of what? Of database. Let's check SQL configuration. I suggest you, if you repeat this exercise, all of this together with me, drop it to Notepad, drop notes into Notepad, copy-paste expressions. It will be much easier to copy-paste and fix some typos. So like this. I've dropped this to Notepad and will patch this time to time. Have you managed to request this? Does it work for you? Would you please try if you did?
Yeah, working.
All right. So let's move to next dumping SQL configuration. And this select is one more union select. And I will query 4 values: name, value in use, and description. But I will select this from another database. So what's new in here, I'm selecting totally different database, and this is system part, sys.configurations, and double dash. I will arrange windows so you will see my notepad all the time. Maybe like this. So this is going to be full screen. This is going to be arranged like this. This is going to be arranged like that. And hope you see the text. So I'm taking this expression and dropping to no.
From.
What's wrong?
From sys.
From sure from. Thanks. From sys configurations, yeah. And I don't know how many important settings are there. The most important for me is the last one. Is pick and shell. As you might see, it's enabled in this case. So I can call command line from SQL queries. If that was disabled, say 00, so you can enable it considering you are SA. If you are SA, you can do whatever. So you can even enable it. It's like if it was not on, it could be one more command, but it's a little bit different. I will show you like how to enable this configuration just in case. This is not going to be union select anymore, so I put a semicolon to separate different commands. And this could be exec xp configure, sp configure, show advanced options 1, and one more command reconfigure. You don't need to type this right now. This is to show you that you can do this in case command shell is disabled. And then one more command triggering injection exec sp configure xp command shell 1 and reconfigure. Like this. So that's the option to enable XP command shell if it was disabled. Next, I will return back to command line just a bit later. I need to screw the database. I would like to figure out how the current database is built. What are the tables, the columns, how many databases are there on this SQL Server? Maybe some other database contains some sensitive information such as credit card numbers and so on. So first, let me enumerate databases in this system. So this is also union select. In select, I'm selecting 4 values, like 111, and the last one is string. So this would be name from sys databases and double dash. So I'm executing this last expression to enumerate how many databases we have in this SQL Server. And there it goes. We have Good Shopping, Movie Scope, Power Gym, and something about this one. Probably this could be done vulnerable web application, probably. But customized user databases like this: Good Shopping, Movie Scope, Power Gym. All right, so since I'm hacking in the Power Gym, I need to list tables from this database. So one more select, union select, 111, because I still need to select 4 values and need to follow the order of strings and integers. Table name from. This could be a little bit more complicated expressions such as power gym dot information schema dot tables. And you might ask, how do I know all of this? How do I get all of this? And the answer is very simple. This is normal SQL language. You could launch SQL Management Studio and try and Google about those simple queries, like how to enumerate all tables, how to enumerate all columns in a table. It's not anything specific to hacking. This is specific to management databases. The only specific to hacking is triggering the injection, selecting the appropriate number of values and types of values. So I'm selecting all the tables from PowerGym database. As you might see, there are 3 tables: table contact, details, and user login. What do you think? What's the most interesting table for me at the moment?
User login.
User login. So let me enumerate columns in this. So select 3 ones and column name, column underscore name from, and this should be from columns power gym dot information underscore schema dot columns, but not from all columns, but where table name equals user login. Question if this should be single quoted on the, it should be single quoted and double dash. So as you might see, the complexity of expressions just grew. Grew up, but let's see if it works. All right. As you might see, it has 3 columns: UID, uname, UPWD. Okay. Considering I still request 4 values, so I select, I don't know, user ID, maybe integer, could be integer. So I select 1, UID, because I consider this to be integer. Most probably, if not, I will move it to the first position. Uname, UPWD from user login. I don't know, in this case, SQL allows me just simply specify the table from the current database, and this is it. So enumerating user accounts from user login, and I only see SAM test single user. Any questions so far, please? Anything? Okay. Now I will show you how to modify the table, how to change values and add your own records. Say, I want to reset password of SAM. This could be no union select anymore. This should be update. So I specify, after triggering the injection, I specify semicolon to separate commands, and next command is update. And update, what do I update? The table user login, user underscore login. And what specifically I will change in this table, I will set uPassword equals single quoted password 1, where uname equals single quoted SAM double dash. Please pay attention that this is not select anymore, so I will not receive any output. So if I do it, the output is null. Question is, how do I know if this worked? I will just requery previous expression. And it works. So this one is update. It never shows you anything. And if I want to add one more user account, this should be update as well. Let me check. So I'm triggering the injection. Am I too quick? Is everything all right?
It's okay
Yeah,
for me.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
For
All
me
right.
also, all right.
Okay, good. So I will update user login as well. And how do I add? There are two syntaxes. One simple and one more precise and complicated. Not update, but insert. I will insert into. Insert into user login. This is simplified syntax, not checking IDs. So UID, username, password, and specific values will be Peter and password 1. Like this, and double dash to end this expression. Let me check, maybe I have misclicked somewhere. So since this is not select but insert, I don't have any output. So I will requery what's in database, search. I see 2 Peters inserted, but this is definitely a logic of the script, not my mistake, I think. Because script selects something 2 times, maybe. Because strict syntax requires 3 expressions instead of 1 expression. Okay, so basically I've dumped all the database, I've modified values, I've added my own values. It's done with database. I'm not interested in database anymore. That was very simple. Go. Next part is executing my own executables. So, all right, first, I made sure that command shell is enabled, and now I'm ready to execute something. For example, create folder, download something from sysinternals, execute this from sysinternals, execute some PowerShell script, and so on. So I'm triggering the injection anyway, and then after semicolon, I call exec xp command shell. And what specifically I will use in single quotes, such as make directory, C drive, blah, blah. And double dash to end the expression. And so I'm executing this command, hoping that it works because it doesn't provide any output. How do I check if this worked? So question, if you look at the schema of a second, I'm going to schema. So I'm doing this from the main controller, as you might see. So I'm attacking from there and connecting to Power Gym here. Question, where do I find my C blah, blah, blah on what computer?
On the web.
No, not on the web.
SQL.
SQL. So that sounds SQL. Let me check. So I'm going to SQL Server. I'm going to C drive, and I see what I see. Blah blah was just created a minute ago. And properties, security, docals I see, and owner is MasterSQL Server. This is a little bit frustrating because I was hoping for system, but Microsoft is not stupid in this case, and they have limited privileges. I could dump, yes, basically, you know what? I could dump my all into this folder. So I will do this. Who am I? All redirect to C blah blah. Who am I.txt. We'll try. And on SQL Server, I will see that this file was created on the C drive, blah, blah, who am I.txt, but I'm not going to read it right here because this is not fair. I will read it via SQL injection. And this is the most complicated syntax, how to get a file from the system and present it on the screen. Because again, to display something, I need union select. I need to select. And then what do I select? I need to select 4 values. And this is going to be text value. So this is the last one. And this expression looks like this, bulk column. From open row set. This is just a syntax of SQL. I cannot tell anything about this. So bulk and path C blah blah who am I.txt and the comma single close. So this is just a syntax. Adding word my file. I don't know why it's so complicated, and double dash to end the expression. So that's the expression how to select something from a file, and then I put it into 4 values and union with original select. Go. And this is what I see on my screen. Like who am I all? My permissions, my groups, and so on. Now I can decide what to do next. Like if my PowerShell will work well, or I need to escalate privileges, or I can download Nmap and execute Nmap remotely with output to text file and display this text file on the screen once again. Well, any questions about this, please? I'm done with executing commands from command line. Is everything okay here? All right. So the material about all of this is quite big. Like SQL injection takes some 100 pages. But let me specify what could be important for exam. I will scroll quickly and
are there some automatic tools like SQL
yes.
Map?
Yes, that's correct. We will use SQL Map from Kali in. Okay, you want it now? Let's do it now because it's in my checklist anyway. So please go to Kali, go to command line, and what is my command line? How many command lines I have? Don't want this one. Don't want this one. And I have this one. Okay, so SQL Map dash URL. URL in this case is web, so 10.20.2.12/PowerGym. And you need to specify this vulnerable scripts such as login SPX, trainers SPX, contact SPX, whatever. So trainers.aspx and variable which is delivered to the script is called ID. You could specify some starting value such as I have specified blah blah, whatever. If you just simply execute this command, it will test the injection, will report you the injection. But I like the most this additional switch double dash OS dash shell. This one is the most impressive, I think. So again, I'm calling SQL map Python script and URL specified like this, vulnerable script, and variable used in the script this one, and just simply start value go. That was too quick. Probably it has cached previous results. It may ask you if okay, it's SQL. Do you want to test another database engines such as MySQL? You say no, I'm happy with SQL. It may ask you if you want to optimize response values. You say okay. So accept default values and just go to command line. And then in command line, you can do whatever, because this is the normal command line executed via SQL injection. So just in case you have missed the URL, it's in here. Please do it and tell me if it works for you.
Yeah, how many?
Yeah, it worked.
All right.
Working.
Okay. On my practical exam, I was asked to utilize nstalker, as I might remember, nstalker to check for SQL injection on the website. Well, back to material. There are many types of SQL injection. Let me explain one type of blind injection, because again, I saw this question in exam, what is blind injection? So I can demonstrate you what is this. If you go to injection like this, you specify query like so I'm triggering the injection and add one more command if. I know that I will not see the output. So you could try it in contact page. I will do it in trainer page. So if something wait for delay, such as quoted delay 0000 10 and double dash. So wait for 10 seconds if you have guessed something here. What you have guessed, very simple example. The database name, and I select a length of this database name. So if length of this value equals 8, so wait for delay for 10 seconds. And let's compare results like length 8 and length 9. So I'm checking and I clicked search. And as you might see, it's not removing my text. It says waiting, 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 not clearing. It's connecting and it's done. Now let me check another option. If the length of the database is, say, 7, it will disappear in second. Search, and it removes it was removed in second. In a moment. So we have slides about blind injection. You will see this is a really time-consuming thing, never performed manually, I think. So yeah, that's the example of blind. Let me show you. Not here. No. No. Maybe it will be a little bit later. Some huge expression, you will see. How to detect if vulnerability exists in the script. You see the checklist. What I can suggest you need to memorize triggers for different database engines. Maybe it's here, like for Microsoft SQL, it's apostrophe. What was for MySQL, was it like this one? You may see this in material probably. And yes, many firewalls understand this expression in a moment. So this is very standard expression basically. So all the application layer firewalls understand what is this. So that's why you need to customize your query, say, and use some kind of obfuscation. Maybe we will see some good examples in here. Well, Boolean exploitation. I never did it, but I see this is quite complicated. This one. This is what I wanted to show you. So that was an example to guess the length of username or database name, and you need to guess each and every character. Say if you have guessed the length of the database name, then you need to guess each and every character of this name, then columns and everything. This is so crazy. Yes, bypassing firewall. Let me explain the idea. For example, you could do it via multi-string. So you need to use some kind of obfuscation of your text of your SQL query, because SQL will execute your query. But I will show you some simple example how I could log in with multiple command string. Say if I need to type or 1 equals 1 double dash in multiple strings, this could be like this. Or 1, say multi-line command will be typed in as the username, and equals 1 double dash should be specified as the password. And everything, oh no, it's I need to end the expression, this one. So, and everything between asterisks is considered to be a inline command. And so if I go to web, if I go to the script, it's like login ASPX, for example. How it could look like. Username is a trigger or 1, and then multiple line command. And here it goes. Multiple line command and equals 1 double dash. So this part is actually commented out. So this still gonna work. Log in, triggering, or 1 equals, for example, 1 asterisk, and then I will type in password the following expression equals 1 double dash Let me try. So that was this specific type of trying to avoid firewall detection, say. And different kind of changing character types, inserting special characters. What you saw in Unicode attack, injecting special characters. So this could be also good idea to overcome the firewall. I'm skipping because this is basically, most of this is done. Well, yes, I'm going to this part, countermeasures. From all the countermeasures, most of this is about developer, not about, say, admin, about developer. Developer should make no assumption of user type, of user input, of what user types and input fields. Also, developer must understand that user not only types something manually, and you saw it today in verb, that user input is considered everything what's sent from the browser, everything. So there were values such as button login equals 1. What if button login equals script? What if button login equals -2? How will application react? So make no assumptions. Cool. I don't see any recommendation for me. Maybe this one. Interesting for me, because I'm not developer, sorry. This one, least privilege rule. So as you just saw, I was limited user on Microsoft SQL, so my set of actions is quite limited. I cannot install Troy into C Windows, but I can download something into C Windows temp. This is good idea, whitelisting again. You see, I have worked for some insurance company, and they decided to publish their application for public, make it available for public, for insurance agents, like several thousand users. And before publishing, they have ordered a pen testing of their application. Pentest has discovered that they have 2,000 fields with SQL injection vulnerability. 2,000 fields. And definitely there was no option to fix all the 2,000 fields in a reasonable time, because typically developers had like 100 tickets in their backlog, so not possible. What they did when developing new options, new pages, new tabs, they performed whitelisting of user input. That's first. And second, they have employed application layer firewall in front of their production application. So maybe we will see some fire. No, not in the latest CH. They do not describe like firewalls. In my company, they implemented .defender. Firewall to mitigate most of SQL injection attempts. Well, checking my checklist, basically this is it for SQL injection. So I hope you understand the idea of why it works, how to trigger, and what could be the outcome, like hacking database, modifying database, and executing executables on SQL Server. Any questions about SQL injection, which I can answer, of course. No? Okay. So the next, we go to exam questions, if you permit.
Sure.
Let's review some of exam questions. Let's discuss this. Maybe you will find something interesting. My questions are not the new one. You could try finding CEHv13 questions and books on Amazon, on the web. My exam dumps are for previous versions, but I have passed exams since 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on. Most of questions are still based on the same principle. That's why I think it's worth trying. So even though this is 11, most of those questions still fit the requirements. A second, give me a second. I will open one more copy for answers. So we can try from the very first test. Okay, please participate in this discussion. Even if you don't know the answer, it's good to have discussion. All right. So
Yes.
first which
one.
is passive? A. That's correct. Which encryption?
Is always only one right answer, or can be maybe two?
Multiple choice. Do you mean multiple choice? Yes, in my exam it was multiple. There were multiple choice questions for switches. Like if you need to select Nmap switches, sometimes it was multiple choice. And I don't remember precisely. I think I had even up to 8 options. So could be. So yes, multiple choice questions may present. That's correct. And in this demo test, you will not have GUI questions. I had multiple GUI questions. And it's like, I'm trying to figure out. Let me go. Do you know what Nessus is?
Yes.
You will have multiple questions on exam about Nessus. Multiple questions. And bad questions, I'd say. They ask you on which tab of Nessus you have the following option. So my suggestion for you, please write it down. Please test Nessus. Please test OpenVAS. you will be asked on exam of where to find some specific option in Nessus or OpenVAS, and also Nikto. And if I will see this in questions, I will tell you. So those vulnerability scanners, WP scan as well, will be mentioned in exam, maybe mentioned in exam. So sometimes the questions are really simple, such as please select which vulnerability scanners do the following, like Nstalker, VPScan, Nikto, OpenVAS, and you select like SQL injection is checked by this and this. But sometimes questions are really bad. On one of my exams, I had 5 questions about Nessus. I mean, not just simply does it do something or not, about what Nessus actually does. So please test it at home. Okay, so next. Which encryption selected by NIST? Confidentiality after this. Well,
A.
3DES or ES? I don't remember. 3DES.
I think was 3DES. And
because
after this,
yeah.
yes.
So you know it. Let me check.
I'm not sure. I guess.
Yeah.
If I remember it.
Thank you. Because 3DES is actually triple DES. You apply DES 3 times. So they do not ask which algorithm was selected, which encryption. So you may be right, but actually the answer is AS. Advanced encryption standard. You could also take into account that 2FISH and RC4, are they actually encryption algorithms? Yes or no? Somebody knows? This is hashing. Hashing are not, as I might remember, hashing is not encryption. Okay, this is encryption one way, but that is symmetric encryption. You know what? Let's discuss some other thing. Cryptography module. I would like you to have basic understanding of how encryption works, in what way. So, say you have 2 hosts, Alpha and Bravo, and you need to send the secret message, say from Alpha to Bravo, Alpha to whatever direction. So Alpha wants to send the secret message, but you cannot send this message as is open. You need to encrypt it in some way. The problem is that if you send the message and encryption key by the same transport, but we have the only one transport network. We don't have another transport. Computers cannot call each other by using some other network. So this key could be sniffed, and there's a problem. So how to mitigate this issue? One more problem. Yeah?
No, I wanted to answer.
All right.
That by using asynchronic change of key.
Okay. Asynchronic change. I have never used that. So the idea is that we typically have 2 types of keys. One is symmetric. If both parties have this key, you can encrypt the message with this key and decrypt the message by using the same key. So the problem is key exchange. Symmetric encryption is fast, reliable, and does not require some big computational resources. It could be 128 bits. It could be 256 bits. Say algorithm of EAS 256 is quite secure, fast, and so on. But the problem is how do you deliver the key to each other? So that's why asymmetric encryption exists. So in asymmetric encryption, both parties have their pair of keys. So Bravo has his Bravo's keys, such as primary, secondary, first and second, public and private, black and white. And this pair of keys was generated from a single, by using single prime number. And keys directly cannot be calculated from each other. So Bravo assigns one key to be publicly available and one key to be private, like it never sends away. So when Alpha tells Bravo, I want to send you a secret message, Bravo may send out his public key, asymmetric key, and everybody may listen for this key. Alpha may encrypt the message with Bravo's key. So the first idea you need to understand that messages are encrypted by using recipient public key. So Alpha applies this key to the message and sends to Bravo. Then Bravo unpacks the message by using his private key, which is not exposed to the public. That's the idea in general, because in real world it works a little bit different. But if I want to send to you an encrypted message, I need to have your key. In real world, parties create a half of symmetric key and exchange with those halves. So Alpha creates some part of the session key. Bravo creates some part of the session key, and they exchange with this information by using. So Alpha sends this key to Bravo by using Bravo's public key, and Bravo decrypts this part. Bravo sends this key to Alpha by using Alpha's public key, and Alpha then decrypts symmetric key by using its private key. So both parties must have a pair of keys, asymmetric keys, and they exchange with keys and then exchange with session key. And then the session is encrypted with a symmetric key, and some sensitive data is decrypted by both parties. The next issue is, do you really trust this one? If you have received from the network something which claims to be Bravo public key, is it really Bravo public key, or maybe man in the middle has sniffed this conversation and injected his own public key? To mitigate this issue, both keys are signed by certification authority key. And now we're moving from encryption to signing, which works in a little different way. So signing could work like this, like signing email messages. There's the message body. A hash of this message is calculated and saved nearby. So that's the message, which is not necessarily encrypted. It could be delivered in clear text. But hash is calculated and saved nearby. And this hash is encrypted by sender's key. Private key. So sender's private key is used to encrypt hash. Question: if sender has encrypted with his private key, who is able to decrypt this hash? Decrypt the message, this part of message.
Everyone who has
Everyone.
his public key.
Everyone who has his public key. Since the key is public, so we just simply can say everyone. So everyone can recalculate the hash of the received message and decrypt encrypted hash and compare and see if message is authentic. So we use our public keys. We send them out to receive encrypted messages. We use our private keys to sign our messages. So in email conversation, first we exchange with signed messages. I send a message to you, which is signed with my key, just empty message. And you send your message to me, signed with your key. And then we have our public keys delivered to each other, and we can begin exchanging with encrypted messages. So CA, now CA. So CA actually signs this pair of keys in here and in here. And certification authority presents somewhere. This is CA. It also has its own certificate, its own pair of keys, such as public and private. And in many cases, the public key of CA is built into your system, into your mobile phone, operating system, on a computer, and so on. So everybody knows public keys of most popular public CAs. So if my certificate was issued by publicly available CA, it's signed with this private key, so I can everybody can decrypt this hash, say, and compare if my message was signed by a legitimate key, by key which comes from legitimate CA. That's in short. There is much more in CA infrastructure, actually. There could be the root CA, which certifies with its certificate subordinate CAs. This one is subordinate. And subordinate CAs may have delegated authority for specific roles, such as this is for IPsec, this is for Europe, and so on. And those CAs could have even more subordinate CAs, or just simply issue end user certificates like for something, like for 3W powergym.com. It's not IPsec, it's for web then. There's more in this classification, such as root can be standalone, just simply standalone as the separate like Windows server with a CA installed, or enterprise. And we use enterprise CAs to issue digital certificates on smart cards and use those smart cards to log into Active Directory accounts. One of the use cases. We could use enterprise CAs to sign IPsec communications in a domain, and so on. There are much more components in there. Maybe one important component which I would like to discuss is CRL. CRL is the list of certificate of revoked certificates, certificate revocation list. If you check some certificate on the web, for instance, let me check like Google or whatever, this one, apps.diagrams.net, show me the certificate. What I see in details, hierarchy. So this certificate was issued by E6 authority, which was signed by CEHv13 authority. I want to see more about this. So subject, the subject, this is not what I want to see. No, not this. Oh, okay, diagrams.net. Issue not, well, yeah, certificates have their validity terms. What I see in here, this is basically Let's Encrypt. 3 months, and CEHv13, this is Let's Encrypt. Subject points to URL which you open. And one more attribute must present in web certificates. Subject alternate names must be mentioned. All the names, even if this is one name, which are valid, like few qualified domain names, which are valid for this certificate. But I don't see some in here. Yeah, it's here. One more thing which I would like to find is CRL location. So when your browser receives a certificate, it checks with CRL if this certificate is still valid and not revoked. And it also checks all the hierarchy of certificates, of this one, of that one, of everything. The only thing I don't see where is the CRL actually. OSCSP responder, which is online certificate revocation protocol. So when you navigate to this website, this site is contacted to check if your certificate is not revoked. And by the end, let me explain how file encryption works, for example, in encrypted file system. So the topic is encrypted file system. If you drop the file to NTFS file system, so the body of the file is written to the disk in clear text. Then file encryption key is created by operating system. It's symmetric. And your original data is encrypted on top with this FAQ. So every time you access an encrypted file, you do it with symmetric keys. Because again, symmetric encryption is fast, reliable, and don't require a lot of resources. In contrast, asymmetric encryption is very slow. So a copy of FAQ is dropped to the disk right next to a file. And this copy of FAQ is encrypted on top with one more key, with encrypting user public key. So every time you access the file, first you need to apply your private key to get FAQ, and then with FAQ you decrypt the data. If you share this file with somebody else, let it be somebody else. So their copy of FAQ a separate copy of FAQ is saved to the disk. So basically, everybody can have their own FAQ and operate with data. And one more copy of key is stored on the disk. Which color do I check? Do it first? No, I have removed. Okay, once again, a file and 3 copies of FAQ, symmetric key, and one more symmetric key, and data encrypted with symmetric key, and users. So user 1 with public key applied, user 2 with public key applied, and one more user, which is called data recovery agent. Its public key typically is published in Active Directory, is also applied to one more copy of FAQ. So when user has lost his certificate, the array is able to take his private key on his PC and decrypt this data. I use this technique time to time because we keep our files encrypted on user workstations. And sometimes it happens that user loses his profile. There are a lot of issues with this, a lot of issues. First issue that all certificates expire in different times. The second issue, like if you work with Microsoft Office, say Excel, when you work with Excel document, like .xls, and you click Save, a new file is created, and the old file is deleted. A new file inherits permissions and attributes from parent folder, actually. So if you encrypt the folder with all of those certificates and keys, it might happen like previous certificate is expired, new certificate is different, and data in a new file is encrypted by using different keys. And you're like, what? Okay, this is it for public key infrastructure in general. Let's get back to questions. So I was trying to explain that there are 3 types of encryption, such as symmetric, such as asymmetric, and hashing. Hashing is one-way encryption. You cannot get data back from hash. So I suppose RC4 was hashing. Any questions, or we can continue? Is it good? All right. So question, what cloud service would you be most likely to use to share documents? I think this is a very simple question. Documents should be bound to storage.
Software.
Software as a service, that's your option. My option was storage. OneDrive is an example of storage as the service. So I share my virtual machines with you by using OneDrive and storage as a service. That's the good question. Difference between firewall and IPS. What was IPS, please?
Intrusion prevention system.
Prevention system. So what makes it different?
Well, it can inspect the traffic passing.
The key feature of IPS, it drops the packet. It prevents. There are IDS, intrusion detection system, and IPS, prevention. Detection just simply alerts you. prevention drops the packets. What is one of the advantages of IP6? Oh yeah, important part from a security perspective. This is very simple. Excuse me, B, yeah, because authentication is a part of security. That's correct. It's like everything is true. Yes, IP version 4 really a smaller IP address space, and this is true, and this is true, and this is true. But from security perspective, only one question is correct. So please pay attention when you mark your answers, that there could be multiple correct answers, but you need to select the best choice. And what's even worse, the best choice from their point of view. Okay, you are manager of IT department. Cost-effective way to prevent social engineering. All right, that's a good question. What's your option?
D.
D. I agree with D, and the answer is D, delta. That's the good question because this is very simple, and I was talking about this. In which phase you delete log information?
Delta.
Delta, that's for sure. All right. You are performing attack by using switch ST. So what you're doing?
Charlie, scanning and enumeration.
Charlie, let me double check. Yes, Charlie, but I don't remember what was ST and what they say. TCP connection, scan. This is scan with TCP connection, which is a part of scanning and enumeration. It's not getting access, not enumeration, clear enumeration. Okay, this is a good question. Which one is symmetric?
Okay.
Alpha.
Alpha for sure. PGP is a good choice, but you, yeah. One more word, stream cipher. PGP should be block cipher. Let me check. The answer C. Ha! The right answer is C. Oh no. Yes, C. And the answer says, unlike RC5, unlike RC6, RC4 is the stream symmetric cipher, which means I was wrong also in here. Because I thought this is hashing. No, this is symmetric stream cipher. Sorry. But it's a good idea to, during the exam, to do what? Try to answer most of questions and mark what you can review later. And then review what you have left for review. And also try to answer at least half of them. And then on the third pass, take the hardest questions. And the last pass, the fourth pass, review all the questions once again. And it happened to me many times when the next question suggests the answer for previous ones. So it happens. Then, most important, yeah?
If I may, one question.
Yeah.
Wrong questions are punished by point deduction on exam?
I think no, you just simply do not receive the score.
Mm-hmm.
You see, you begin with 0 score. That was the difference with Microsoft exam. When you arrive at exam, you receive 20 score because you have arrived. But in this case, you receive 0 score, and then you need just to simply increase the score, and this is it. I don't think you're punished in any way. I don't think so. And this is also not adaptive exam. In adaptive exam, you cannot return back. This exam was always just a list of questions. What you can do, what I suggest you, if that will be possible, please request more time based on non-native language. So when scheduling the exam, write somewhere in comments or where possible, please give me more time because English is not my native language. You may be assigned an additional half an hour. So what's the most important part of a test? This is a good question. This is about ethical hacking.
I would say often.
Receiving agreement.
Receiving agreement. I think alpha is the most important. Yeah. Checking. Yes, alpha is the right answer. Okay, moving to 11. Yochizo Giant Touch Company. Cypher, new mobile device, 2022. All right.
Charlie.
That's good questions. I'd say this is outdated, old skipjack. I don't know what is this. So my choice is between C and D. And S is not anything new, basically, for 2022.
Well, it's NIST still recognize this as military-grade encryption. So.
Okay. So your choice is Charlie, is Chuck, 11, Charlie. They say AES remains the best encryption algorithm to use. RC4, bad choice. It's known to be vulnerable. MD5 is hashing. By the way, MD5 also has the algorithm collision. They say skipjack is an older algorithm. So AES still the best choice of all of them. What does SYNSCAN accomplish? Boom, 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 boom.
Only a half open connection.
Half open. I would say yes. Checking. Bravo. Okay, this one. Major vulnerability for APP request.
Spoofing.
Of course, yeah, that's the only choice basically. This one. Multiple authentication failures with multiple usernames. And usernames are not repeated. This is not brute force password because usernames are not repeated. Well, I'd select this one, but this is basically a password spraying attack. Let me check. Delta. What's your choice?
Hijacking.
Hijacking a session is the best choice probably because this is not about maintaining access. This is not about covering tracks. It could be gaining access. If you sniff for credentials, you are gaining access. If you hijack a session, existing session like QKey, so you see, I'm in doubt, like between A and C. So your choice is C. Let's check. My choice is like, I'm afraid to click A. The answer is Charlie. Okay, method of exploitation. Arbitrary SQL queries within the URL. Very simple. What's your answer?
SQL injection.
SQL injection, because exactly what we did here. You deliver this like blah, blah, blah. in exactly URL. Default TTL for Microsoft Windows 10, and you know this value. What was that?
B, bravo.
B. Let me check. Yeah, that's correct. Erin, input value utilized to evaluate for SQL injection. Evaluate and test for SQL injection. Maybe this one. Because for Microsoft SQL,
Apostrophe.
this apostrophe for SQL injection, but still, let me check. For what character is used for MySQL injection? Which characters are capable? SQL injection, cheat sheet. MySQL characters. There are no such characters. No. Now this is interesting. You see a set of databases and basically this one, I think. Oh, this is command. Line commands, inline commands. This is MySQL for everything. Stacking queries, which is multiple queries in a row. All right. Later. So, like your homework. The answer is delta in this case, but the syntax is wrong. What's the advantage of using SSH? This is very simple. Your answer?
Alpha.
My answer is alpha, yes, because this one is disadvantage. It's correct, but it's disadvantage. So answer is alpha. Next one. This is a stupid question. But I did it in 1996. I did it. I don't know what year actually. Let me just simply answer. Answer is delta. Which type of malware is the most impactful? Yeah, I think I know the answer. What's your choice?
Charlie.
Something else. Charlie.
Impactful, Charlie. And the answer is Charlie. 22. Your help desk. You receive ticket. Computer slow. Documents disappeared or moved. You remote desktop. And that's the question actually. Where do you check running processes?
Alpha.
Alpha. That's correct. 23. Same wireless SID. But BSID, but a MAC address is different. So the name of the wireless network is the same, but MAC address of access point is different.
It's delta.
That's Evil Twin. And the answer is delta. Yeah. Checksum. Pin. Well,
C.
C.
Yeah.
That's correct. Which one is RSA key strength? I think this should be simple. RSA should be asymmetric, so it cannot be small.
It's
A.
alpha.
You think A, and this is correct because it has 1 kilobit and 2 kilobit key strength. Asymmetric encryption. Non-repudiation for email. Which algorithm? Let's remove this one already. This is